Yeah, so basically, yung topic natin for today is TypeScript. So it's more on from scratch. So for those who don't know what TypeScript is, so ito na yung chance nyo para mas naintindihan nyo saan ba talaga ginagamit si TypeScript, ano ba yung talagang pinaka-benefit niya pagka ginamit nyo siya sa mga JavaScript application nyo. Okay, let's get started. So si TypeScript normally, no, ayoko na siguro mag deep dive on the actual definition and stuff. I do prepare always, no, na mag-direct na to the point. So, si TypeScript is ginagamit siya more on annotation or sa typing. So, because if you are just using JavaScript, like a plain JavaScript, there's no types, there's no autocomplete and stuff. Which, si TypeScript, once na ginamitan niya si JavaScript ng TypeScript, kakaroon ng annotation yung code nyo. So it will actually helps you to understand the specific code that you have. Merong ganitong klaseng type and walang ganitong klaseng type. So as you can see here, this is the very basic example. So we have a constant here, which object, first name, last name, and role. And then if you're using TypeScript, and then you just did this, the username dot name, which yung name is wala siya sa property ng object na to. I mean, wala siya sa object na to. Kaya mag-error siya or magbibigay siya ng warning na the property name does not exist on type blah blah blah. So that's basically it. Okay, so let's go back to or let's go to the actual code. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna try. Let's get say first we do need to know first the simple types or the common types that we can use in TypeScript. So ano-ano yung mga types na yon? So we have say type as let's say string. You can just say string or let's say common type. Common. So there's a string. Man, there's a string na pwede nyong gamitin. There is a number. There is a boolean. Um, I mean, we can add that. String, number, boolean. Ano pa ba? I mean, I'm not sure if there is a more of this. But string, number, and boolean, I think that's the very basic common types na pwede nyo nang add-on pa ng kung ano-ano. So, ano yan, Boss Rod? Di ko maintindihan. Ano yung pinagsasabi mo ngayon? Ano tong string number na yan, blah, 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 and so on. You can just imagine if you're, let's say, if you're creating a variable like name, for example, name, and then I'm gonna say Boss Rod. Console like, cannot declare block scope. Name must also declare. What? Palitan natin. So here, as you can see, etong constant na to is student name. Okay, student name is equal to boss rod. But in normal JavaScript, this is the normal JavaScript. We don't know what is the actual value of this thing. That's basically the problem pagka JavaScript. So lalo na pagka nagkaroon na tayo ng mga objects, array, function, we don't know kung ano yung mga types na nire-return, ano yung mga types na ina-accept ng function mo and so on. So there is a way na magkaroon ka ng types without using TypeScript, which is JSDoc, but we don't we're not going to tackle about the JSDoc. We're only going to focus on the TypeScript. So in this case, what you can do, there's a two types of declaring a types. So one is it calls infer, and the second one is it calls explicit. So yung infer meaning wala kayong ilalagay na types. Hahayaan yung si TypeScript ang mag-identify kung ano yung specific type nito. Okay, ganun siya. Pero ano yun naman yung explicit, Boss Rod? Yung explicit, yung basically yung ifo-force nyo na etong specific variable na to should follow this type. So that's basically the explicit one. So if I say string here, this will work, right? This will work kasi string tong value natin. Pero, pagka pinalitan ko ng value na to na 0, sisigawan ako nito. It will yell at me na, hey, yung student name na to, ang value niya is number. Pero ang sinabi mo, string lang yung types na gusto mong i-declare. So, yun yung pinaka-simple example, no? Guys ko lang. Okay? So, yun yung pinaka-simple example. And then, the next one is, let's say we want Boolean as well. Boolean. And then, this thing will also yell at you because in 0, hindi naman siya Boolean. It should be true. It should be true. It should be false. Kasi Boolean yan. So, pagka nag-Boolean yan, meaning ito, ano na yan. Magiging okay na siya. Okay. So, ngayon, ayun yung pinaka-basic Ayun yung pinaka-basic na paano tayo magbibigay ng type sa may mga variables. Okay, so there is a two-way of giving a type. So, tandaan nyo yun. There is a explicit, meron ding implicit, which is yung inferred, at saka yung explicit. So, Osro, di ko maintindihan ano ba yung sinasabi mo. Okay, so pupunta na tayo, magdi-deep dive na tayo into objects para mas madali nating maintindihan. Okay? Oh, by the way, sinabi ko kanina, di ba, meron tayong string na magagamit, meron din tayong boolean na magagamit, meron din tayong number na magagamit, meron din tayo actually na object na magagamit, and then, actually yan lang. Ito yung mga simple na pwede nyo nang gamit-gamitin. So ngayon, before tayo mag-jump into objects, no, I want you guys to know the array. Array muna tayo siguro, array. So ngayon, sasabihin ko dito, magkakaroon ako ng cons, let's say, fruits. Fruits, and then yung value nito is, let's say, banana, apple, and orange. Something like that. So ngayon, mangyayari nito, ano nakikita nyo? So this is the inferred one. Okay? This is the inferred. So, ano yung boss Rod? Ba't may pa-inferred ka pa? Nakakalito ka. So yung inferred, mga boss, is meaning, hinahayaan yung si TypeScript ang magbasa ng types ng value. So meaning, in this case, this is a normal JavaScript. Wala tayong kahit anong, di ba? Wala tayong kahit anong dineclare na types. Wala tayong nilagay na as, wala tayong in-infer or in-enforce na ito yung i-follow mong type. But basically, si TypeScript is intelligent enough na malaman niya na, okay, itong fruits na to, ang pinaka-types niya is string of array. So, ganun yung idea. Okay? So, ngayon, pagka nilagyan ko to, explicit meaning string of array. So, mag-work pa rin to. So, this is the TypeScript version. Mag-work pa rin to in a sense na hindi kayo sisigawan yan or something, hindi yan mag-error or something or walang kahit anong warning. So, ngayon, Boss Rod, kung ganun pala, saan ba ginagamit si inferred or si explicit? So, basically, si inferred is normally, ang pinaka problema lang naman niya is, for example, in-explicit ko to. In-implicit ko to, which is inferred. So, ang problema niyan, kung ang gusto mo lang pala dito is string of array lang, this will be fine, no? Pero, pagka bigla ka nagka-value na, let's say, for example, number dito, ano nang tingin nyo magiging inferred type niya? So, makikita nyo dito, ang inferred type niya na is string or number array. So, ayun yung problema sa inferred. So, meaning, everything na nagbabago or everything na ano yung actual value ng array, ayun yung babasahin ni TypeScript, which is good. I mean, we want to make it dynamic as much as possible or maging value-based yung types niya. Pero, if you want to be strict na, hey, wala namang prutas na number, di ba? Wala namang prutas na number. Gusto mo is i-enforce siya, which is explicit. So, mangyayari dito, yan, nakikita nyo, mag-error siya or mag-warning siya na tipong, hey, sinabi dito, i-follow mo is string of array. Yung number, hindi siya string. So, hindi siya pwedeng malagay sa array. So, yun yung simple. Okay? So, ngayon, nakita nyo na ang string, pwedeng maging array. Ang string, ang number, pwede rin maging array. Ang object, pwede rin siya maging array. So, meaning, you can combine those with just doing array dun sa outside. So, parang pag sinabi ko, for example, numbers. Pwede kong sabihin, number array is equal to, hindi ako pwede magkaroon ng text or string dito. Kasi sinabi ko dito is, it should be number array. So, kailangan, ang value niya lang is 0, 1, 2, 3. So, nakikita nyo, kahit anong number, hindi siya magkakaroon ng kung ano-ano, ng warning. Okay, that's it. So, ngayon, ang next na step or next na gusto kong pakita sa inyo is ano yung isang format nito. So there's one more format for this specific scenario. So pwede niyo gawin kung ayaw niyo ng ganyan, which it's still the same. So you can say array and then number. So that's basically the same thing. Okay? So number array or array, and then gagawa kayo ng greater than or less than, and then ilalagay niyo lang sa gitna yung gusto nyong type, which is number. Okay, so yun yung array. So napakadali lang, di ba? So may mga confusion ba kayo or something? So basically that's the very basic, no? That's the very basic understanding how the TypeScript works, how the typing works, and so on. Okay, so this is the explicit one. Explicit one. Okay, so let's go to the object. So we now know there is a basic or common types na pwede natin gamitin, which is string, number, boolean, object, and so on. And then sa array naman, kailangan lang natin maglagay ng array sa dulo. So, or pwede tayong magkaroon ng array na class or type, and then ilalagay lang natin kung ano yung gusto nating klaseng array para dun sa specific value na yun. Okay, so let's go to the object, no? Babasa ko. Ano mas prepare mo sa dalawa, boss? It doesn't matter. I mean, depende. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I did this. It really depends dun sa, siguro sa naming or dun sa specific types. But basically, for me, it depends. But most of the time, I use this. So, okay. So, ngayon, gagawin ko naman is object. So, pupunta na tayo sa object. Doon na tayo sa mostly or widely used, no? Kasi, kadalasan sa mga API, ang nare-return yan is object, diba? Object, array, blah, blah, blah. Ngayon, so, let's say we have object right here. So, obj na lang. So, we have obj. Ngayon, makikita nyo dito, obj is, ganito lang yung type niya. So, ito yung pinaka-inferred niya. No? So, pwede ko rin sabihin, object. Pwede ko rin sabihin yan. So, ayan na yung magiging explicit niya. So, pagka naglagay ako dito, name, let's say name, test, it will work. Okay? It will still work. And then, pero, the problem with this is, wala kang IntelliSense. Wala kang IntelliSense, diba? Wala kang .name. Diba? Yun yung problem, wala kang .name. Kasi object lang siya. So, you can do something. So, meaning, I'm gonna give you an example. Object, well, same siya. Not really same, no? Not really same. Oh, by the way, lista nga natin dito yung mga common types. String, number, boolean, or actually isang string, number, boolean. Kasi bigla ako may ginagamit tapos hindi nyo alam pala, no? Object, any, unknown. Okay. So ngayon, yung object at saka yung record string unknown is somehow the same. So they are not literally the same thing, pero they are somehow the same. Paano ko nasabi yon? Kasi itong record, siya yung mas flexible kung tawagin. Flexible kung tawagin. Na tipong alam mo kung ano yung value nung property na yon. Kasi dito sa object, di mo alam. Kunyari gagawin natin. Ngayon, dito sa object, di mo alam kahit ano yan. Kahit anong lagay mo dito. Age, 20, hindi yan magrereklamo sa'yo. Pero, pagka ginawa mo is record, no? Lagay din natin dito. Ito yung mga madalas na ginagamit, mga boss, Okay, unknown. Okay, so meron ditong record string, copy natin. Alright, meron ditong record string unknown. So, this will work. Kasi ito yung literally, I can say literally the same thing with object. No? String, yung pinaka key, and then kahit ano na yung value, hindi mo alam kung ano yung value, kaya unknown. Okay? So, pero pagka sinabi mo dito is string. So, meaning, itong object mo should follow this rule. Na tipong record, dapat meron siyang key na string, which is name, age, no? And then, yung second parameter should be the type of the value. Okay? So, sinabi ko dito is string. So, eto, mag-aano sa akin yan. Hey! Mag-yell na naman sa akin yan. Type number is not assignable to string. So, what we can do here is to have something called union. Okay? So, meaning, either record string and then the value should be either string or number. So, this will work. Okay? Gusto kong ituro na yung satisfy or something, but ayoko kayo malito. Pero dito muna tayo. So, step by step, no? Step by step. So, record string, ayun siya. And then, yung second value or second parameter should be the value. Ayun yung type ng value. Okay, so, ayoko mo nang kayong ipunta sa mga medyo complicated thing, no? So, diyan na muna tayo mag-focus. So, pinakita ko lang sa inyo paano gamitin si object, record string. Sino pang di natin nagagamit? Pwede rin natin sabihin is si any, which si any is any. So, the word itself, it's any. So, ginagawa to mostly ng mga ibang developers pagka hindi nila alam kung hindi nila masyadong gets yung types and so on. Pero this is something that I do want you guys to avoid, no? As much as possible, you need to avoid this thing. Kasi you need to make sure, no, kung gumagamit kayo ng TypeScript. Ayun na kasi yung yun na yung benefit ng TypeScript na to make sure na every code na meron ka should have a type. Okay? That's the benefit of TypeScript. So, kung gumamit ka ng any, parang nawala yung sense ng pagiging type safety ng application nyo. Okay? So, ngayon, nandun na natin sa object, no? So, punta na tayo, Boss Rod, sa makabuluhan ng example. Okay? So, eto naman, very very basic, no? Very basic, very bare yung pinang-example ko sa inyo. So, ngayon, punta na tayo sa mas ginagamit na sa real work, no? So, ngayon, for example, we have user. Kasi ito yung pinaka-basic, no? You have user object. Okay. So, ngayon, Boss Rod, by the way, there are two types of creating a type. So, one is interface and one is type. Okay? So, yan yung two types of declaring ng mga types. So, the first one is interface. So, let's go with this. So, interface. So, sa interface, so instead na ang ginagawa nyo is paisa-isa nyo gagawin dito sa record or something, no? So, pwede nyo kasing gawin yan. Record, and then string, blah, blah, blah. Kaso, ang problema nitong string, and then string or number, the problem with this is you don't know. You don't know kung anong mga keys na meron yung object na yon. Kaya pagka ginawa nyo yan, for example, pagka ginawa nyo yan dito, like user, wala kayong intelligence. That's the problem, no? That's the problem, wala kayong intelligence. So, one thing that you can do, no? siguro pang ano lang to, pang mabilisang ano lang, pang mabilisang tip lang. So there is a called, no, sinabi ko sa inyo, balikan natin. This is the explicit one. Okay? And then the other one, which is called satisfy. So satisfy, sige, let's go with satisfies. Yan, satisfies, diba? Mangyayari nito, itong object nyo is magkakaroon na yan ng intelligence. Yan. So that's the ayun yung pinakamagandang scenario for the satisfies. Okay? So meaning, you can have an intelligence for this specific object na hindi mo dinedeclare lahat ng key property ng object na yon. Pero you will still have this this flexibility or this flexibility. Okay? So doon ginagamit si satisfy. Doon yung pinaka power ni satisfy, okay? Pero meron yan, Boss Rod, 'di ba? Meron yan yung as na tinatawag. So yung as naman, ibig sabihin nito, ino-override nyo. Parang sinasabi nyo na, hey, etong object na to, i-override mo siya. I-override mo siya into this specific types, kung ano man dineclare nyo. So parang ini-invalidate nyo kung ano yung value na declare sa loob nito. Dapat ito yung magiging pinaka-types niya. Ayun yung ibig sabihin naman ng as. So kumbaga casting ang tawag, I think. So basically ino-override nyo yung actual value or yung actual inferred na type. Or even you have explicit type here, pero nag-declare ka ng as, i-override nyo yun. So that's the problem. Kaya be aware as well, no? Be careful of using as. Kasi pagka nagsabi ka ng as, meaning in-invalidate mo na kung ano yung mga possible types na meron dito. Kasi minake sure mo na hoy, ito lagi yan. Ito lagi yung ano yan. Ito lagi yung ibabato niyan. Pero sa as na yan, wala pa rin kayong intelligence. That's a problem. Okay? Pagka gumamit kayo ng record string, wala pa rin kayong intelligence. Okay? That's the whole functionality of satisfy. To make sure na yung chine-check niya yung actual value, no? Actual value. Kasi pagka, for example, ginawa ko tong true, mag-error yan. Ayan, no? Warning yan sa inyo. Okay? So, yun yung satisfy. So, satisfy is very good on those scenario. Okay? Ayoko sana ituro muna to kasi baka magulo kayo. Ano yung Boss Rod? Ang dami ng kalokohan nangyayari, no? Pero, just a quick one. Okay, let's go back here. So, ngayon, paano gumawa ng types, no? Para gumawa ng types, pagka interface, ang pwede nyo lang magawa sa interface is always object. That's the problem ng, not really a problem, but basically that's the limitation of interface. Okay? So ngayon, pwede kong sabihin dito, ilagay ko na ngayon, sabi ko, gagawin natin dito. Gusto ko sa object, sa user types ko, gusto ko may property na name, ang value niya is string, and then ang age niya is number. Okay, so once I have this, pwede ko na ngayon niyang i-explicit. So meaning, I wanted to make sure na yung user value na to, meron siyang method na name of string, meron din siyang method na age of number. So as you can see here, papagalitan niya ako, di ba? Hey, kailangan yung ano na to, kailangan yung user.age mo should be number. But it's true. So ngayon, try naman natin i-cast. So what's the problem with cast? Okay. So meron pa rin pala siya. So meron pa rin siyang ibabatong meron pa rin siyang ibabato na some checking, no? Pero pagka ginawa nyo is unknown as, ito yung sinasabi ko na tipong ito yung gusto kong sabihin kanina na sa as may way kayo para i-override. Okay? So meaning nakikita nyo dito, kahit mali yung value, since ginawa ko is in-unknown ko muna siya and then saka ko siya kinas into user. So this is one way, no? This is one way na mag-override nung class. Mostly ginagawa to pagka nag-unit test kayo. Pagka there's no way, no? There's no way to know. That's especially if you're working with third party libraries na you don't really need to know what is the actual type. You just need to create a mocking test for it. So this is usually the way to do it, or the way to override it, or para hindi mo na kailangan i-check yung actual values to it. Alright, so let's go back here. So ito na yung user natin. Okay? Ngayon, paano naman natin to gagawin sa type? Okay, comment out natin to. So it's the same thing. It's just that si type para siyang nagki-create kayo ng variable. So ganun yung idea. So user equals object, and then copy nyo lang to. That will still work. Okay, palitan na natin to. Ilan taon na ba ako? 26, 27 ata. So yan. So ngayon, same lang siya. Same lang siya ng benefit. Okay? So, pero may pagka-different siya kung how you declare it. Kasi dito para siyang variable. No? Type, user, and then equals object. And then in this one is interface and blah blah blah. Okay. So ngayon, ang next naman natin na gagawin is doon na tayo sa extends, 'di ba? Madalas yung ginagawa, or before we go there, no? So ano pa yung mga advantage ni type sa interface? So yung advantage ni type sa interface is you can have actually like this. So let's say name could be string. You can say that. Okay? So pwede mo ngayong ilagay yan dito. So meaning sa type, no, pwede kayong mag-declare ng mga single types, single values, single values at kung ano-ano pa. Okay? But for interface, you can only declare an object. Okay? So that's the big difference between the two. So types is much more flexible when it comes to different kinds of strategy ng typing. Okay? Interface, ganyan siya. So kung tatanungin niyo ako ano yung mostly na ginagamit ko, I mostly do type. I do like the flexibility. That's why I always use types rather than interface. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter kung gusto niyo interface, kung gusto niyo type. Walang ganung kalaking benefit, no? It's really subjective. It's really subjective. It's user preference. So for me, I prefer doing types. Okay? Now, the next thing is let's put it here. Okay, so the next thing here is the extends, 'di ba? Kasi most commonly scenario is ini-extend natin tong mga type na to into something. Okay? So let's say for example, I want to have let's have a real scenario. Okay, so let's have a ID string, and then 'di ba may mga ano yan, created at date, and then may date pala, no? Lagay natin yung date. Okay? Date and updated date, updated at date. Okay. So sabihin natin ito yung normal, no? Ito yung normal na schema na tinatawag, or model, or kung ano mang tawag nyo dyan sa mga user na yan. So ito yung normally nasa database. So ngayon, ano usually yung ginagawa, or ano yung usually na pwede mong gawin sa TypeScript na ma-reuse mo yung mga existing, or nasa may pinaka user mo. So there's a bunch of way to do this, no? There's a bunch of way to do this. But what you can do is to have let's say interface common, let's say common values, common user, let's say common values. Hindi ako magaling sa mga naming, pero let's say like that. Common values, and then lagay na rin natin dito yung string. So ngayon, etong common values na to, or actually, ang pwede natin gawin is, it depends It depends kung anong strategy nyo. Pero sa akin siguro gagawin ko, ang strategy ko, ang common values ko is yung name siguro. So, name and age. Siguro yun yung magiging common values ko. And then, etong user siguro, hindi ko na i-common to. So, ngayon, Pagka bumalik tayo sa user, ano ng value ng user natin? Ang value na ng user natin, yun, di nakikita. Object muna natin to. Lagay natin dito ha. As user. Okay. So, ang value na ng user natin is may tatlo lang, di ba? So, created, ID, and so on. Kasi, minove natin. Burahin ko muna to. Para isang ano lang. Okay. So, may common values tayo dito. Minove natin sa taas. Ito kasi yung common values. Okay? Let's say, sabihin natin common na lang. Kasi isa lang naman yan. Common. Okay. Meron tayong name, age, and string. And then, ito sabihin natin, ito yung pinaka-model or something. So, I'm not saying this is the actual, no? The actual. There's a bunch of way to do this. But I'm gonna just give you an example how to do extend and paano yung mga possible scenario na pwede nyo gawin. So ngayon, meron common interface user which we added the ID, created that which is on the database. So ngayon, gusto mo to make sure, no? Gusto mong gamitin yung common. I mean, gusto mong i-extend yung common para malagay na dito yung name and age. Okay? So, what you can do is extends. So, para siyang class, no? Extend, common. That's it. So, what will happen here is, pagka nag-dot na ako dito, masasama na yung age and name dun sa type na yon. So, that's the idea, no? That's the idea yung pag-extend or pag-combine ng dalawang types. So, ganun siya ginagawa sa interface. Okay? So, ganyan. Okay? Paano naman siya, Boss Rod, gawin sa type? Okay? So, comment out lang muna natin yan. Lagay ko muna dito. Sa babang baba. And then, gawin na ulit pala natin yan. So, paano siya gawin sa type? Type. And then, equals. And then, ngayon, what you can do, type, user, equals. And then, paano ka mag-e-extend? Paano ka naman mag-e-extend sa may type? Ang gagawin nyo lang is end. Ampersand, and then yung gusto nyo i-extend. Ganun lang kadali. So, pwede kayong magkaroon ng extend ng marami dyan. It depends on you. Pero for interface, you can only have, you can extend only one. Okay? So, user extend common. So, kung gusto mo pa mag-extend, well, this might work, no? This might work yung mga something like this and so on. So, it will still work pala. It will still work. Pero, anyway, so let's go back here. So, in-extend natin yung user with common. So, ano yung magiging itsura niyan? It's the same thing. Okay? So, ganun lang din siya. Wala siyang pinagbago. So, same lang yung approach niya. Pero, same lang yung output niya or yung outcome niya. Pero, may different kind of implementation lang. So, these are all implementation detail. So it depends on what your team prepares. But for me, I prepare doing this, especially if I'm working with TypeScript generics and stuff and other gymnastic typing. So anyway, so yun, ganun siya kadali, 'di ba? So ngayon, marami kayong pwedeng gawin dito sa common na to. For example, I want to have a type create user. Normally madalas yang ginagawa. So, pwede nyo sabihin, yung age, no? Yung age, pwede nyo ibato na lang as common. Something like that. Okay, ito na yung magiging create user nyo. So, para magkakaroon tayo na dito ng create user equals as create user. So, ano na magiging type niyan? So, create user dot, yan, name age, diba? So, ayan na yung parang ayan na yung magiging type ko for the request, no? Pagka mag-create ako ng user. So, pwede nyo gawin to. Ngayon, paano naman kung gusto nyo magkaroon ng create, update user, partial. Okay? That's interesting, Boss Rod, no? So, for those who don't know the partial, no? Partial is one of the types, utilities na pwede nyo gamitin. Marami yan. Yung kanina, record, partial, ano pa ba? Omit, return type. There's a bunch actually. Pick. Basta mamaya dadaanan natin. Okay? So, yan, meron tayong type, user, common, and blah, blah, blah. So, eto, ano naman nangyari dito, Boss Rod? Ba't may ganyan? Ba't may partial? So, ngayon, pagka hinover nyo yan, ano nakikita nyo, mga boss? No? Nagkaroon na ng mga question mark. Nagkaroon na ng mga question mark yung lahat ng data mo. Kasi, by the way, hindi ko pala nasabi, no? Pagka ganito yung dineclare nyo, ibig sabihin required. Pero pagka nilagyan nyo ng question mark, ibig sabihin, this thing can be undefined. So, parehas lang siya dito. Okay? So, may undefined pa pala, no? Lagay-lagay natin dito. Pero actually, undefined, it's a value, eh. Undefined and also null is a value. So, it doesn't make sense to add that. Okay, so, pwede nyo gawin to. So, mangyayari nito is, pagka may object kayo, name lang yung kailangan required. So, kung wala kayong age doon, it will work fine. So, ginagamit lang to para sa mga optional, okay? So, ngayon, tanggalin ko na yan. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo, dapat common to, no? Hindi ko alam kung nabigyan ko kayo magandang example dito, pero I hope you get the idea, okay? So, ngayon, meron ako update user. So, makikita nyo yung update user ko. Yung name na age na kanina is required. Ngayon, it's optional na lang, okay? Optional na siya. So, meaning, for example, kakaroon ng update user dito. I-enforce ko. So, yung enforce, ibig sabihin ng enforce or yung explicit, gusto nyo or minimake sure nyo na dapat yung value is inaano niya, sinusunod niya to. Pero pagka ginawa nyo is as or yung casting, yung as na to, pagka ginawa nyo yan, meaning, hindi siya 100% na if-force kayo. For example na lang dito, kasi ang value nito is, di ba? Name, age, di ba? Name, age. Pero ang value lang natin dito is empty object. Pero, it still work, right? I mean, kasi ang idea lang naman natin is gusto lang natin makita kung ano yung mga binabatong types. Pero, pagka ginawa ko to, this will fail or this will throw a warning or something. Yan, nakita nyo yan. Yung object is missing the following properties, name and age. So, meaning, you need to have name, which is Boss Rod, and then age, para mawala yung warning na yun. Okay, 27. Okay, para mawala yung warning. So, pwede nyo gawin yan. So, ginawa ko lang to kanina, it's for, it's for checking ng mga intelligence. Okay, pero, basically, this is the strict implementation. No? The strict implementation, if you want to enforce the values to be, or if you want to enforce yung mga values na i-follow yung explicit types na nilagay nyo. Okay? So, in this case, as you can see here, yung update, empty object lang siya. Hindi siya diba? Hindi siya nagreklamo. Kasi nga, ginawa natin partial, pinartial natin lahat ng mga nandirito. Okay? Ganun yung ginawa natin. So, I hope you understand, no? So, this is the very basic implementation of how do you use types, okay, or how you reuse types in a one type. I mean, you have common that you actually use for create and update. Kasi merong pang isang way. So, ayoko kayo maguluhan. Try to internalize muna, no, bago ko burahin or bago ko tanggalin. May papakita ko isa pa sa inyo, which gagamit tayo ng mga type utilities. So ngayon, nakikita nyo dito, ito yung very basic, very simple implementation na meron kayong create user and blah 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 and so on. So ang gagawin natin next is iibahin natin implementation. Gagamit tayo ng mga type utilities. Okay? Pwede baguhin yung properties ng types on the fly. Yes, by doing casting. By doing casting. Ito yung kanina. Pwede nyo gawin yan. Pwede nyo gawin yung mga casting and so on. Or pwede nyo rin i-manipulate into another type like this. So, yun yung papakita ko sa inyo. So, ngayon, ang gagawin ko is, pagsasamahin ko silang lahat. Okay? So, ito naman yung madalas naman sa mga, for example, ito yung madalas sa may mga database or may mga ORM, no? Ang pinaka types nila is diretso na lahat nandoon na. Okay? So, paano mo ngayon hahatiin yon, Boss Rod? Boss Rod, gusto kong gumawa ng create user. Gusto kong gumawa ng partial. Pero the same yung kanina. So, yung the same kanina. Okay? So, what you can do is you can use the types utilities. Paano mo gagamitin yon? So, ngayon, bibigyan ko muna kayo example before tayo mag-dive in. No? So, there is a called omit. Okay? Ano yung omit, Boss Rod? Yung omit meaning parang gusto mo, pwede ka magtanggal ng mga specific properties. So, pwede kong sabihin, create user, no? Or gawin na pala natin dito. Okay. Create, pwede kong sabihin is omit. Yeah, huwag kayo malilito. Omit, you can just imagine, omit is para kayo nagdi-delete. Okay? Delete this property, something like that. So, omit, sino yung ano nyo? Sino yung parang target nyo? Saan kayo magdi-delete? Okay? Omit. And then, ngayon, ano yung gusto nyong i-delete? Ayun yung second parameter. Okay? Ang gusto kong i-delete kasi sa create user, ang kailangan ko lang naman name and age. Yun lang naman kailangan nyo, di ba? So, pwede ko nang sabihin, delete mo yung ID, and then delete mo yung created at, and then delete mo yung updated at. Okay. So, what will happen here? So, what happened here is, as you can see, if I hover on the create user, makikita nyo yung types ko is dalawa na lang natitira. Kasi nga, dinilit ko to at saka ito. Okay, that's the first alternative or first way. And then the second approach na pwede nyo gamitin, no? You can either delete or you can either pick. So there's a pick naman, okay? Papalitan nyo lang to, gagawin yung i-comment out ko to para meron kayong idea. So pick, meron naman pick. Yung pick naman meaning kung ano lang yung gusto mong i-pick. Okay? So you can say, gusto kong piliin lang yung name at saka yung age. And then what will happen? What will happen is it's the same thing. No? Ibabato niya lang sa inyo yung name at saka yung age. So that's how basic it is. Okay? So meaning, even though you have you can have a different kind of strategy to create a types, no? Merong types na meron kayong kanina yung mga common blah 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 and do the extend. And then pwede naman kayong magkaroon ng isang malaking type and then you can just pick or omit using that base type, okay? In this case, which is the user. So ngayon meron kang pick. So ngayon sa partial naman, paano mong gagawin? So the most commonly na ginagawa ko is, since yung create is most of the time is the same thing lang siya sa update ng mga properties. Sometimes ginagawa ko to. Pero if let's say for example may mga different values na kailangan ilagay doon, so saka ko siya gagamitan ng mga omit or something like that. Okay? So ngayon, itong update user ko ngayon is it's now undefined. So that's the very basic, ba? So meron na kayong idea how the pick, the omit, the partial, and so on. So ngayon, etong mga to, pwede nyo duktong-duktungan yan. Kasi pwede nyo gawin yung, for example lang let's say for example, let's imagine or let's assume, no? Wala yung partial dito. Let's assume lang na, or maybe what we can do is, let's assume etong update user is lahat yan kasi ano yan, parang undefined, no? I mean, parang pwede lahat yan maging hindi kailangan sa pinaka types. So merong kabaliktaran syempre si partial. Ang kabaliktaran niya is required. Okay? So ano naman gagawin dito? Update required update user. So ano naman nangyari diyan, Boss Rod? Ang mangyayari diyan, gawa natin to, okay? So ang mangyayari diyan is yung lahat kanina na mga hindi required is gagawin niya naman required. So parang vice versa, no? Merong omit, which is delete. Merong pick, which is pick. And then partial, which make things all undefined. And then meron din required na lahat ng mga possible undefined is gagawin niyan required. So that's the power of using the type utilities in TypeScript. Okay, so like what I said, there's a bunch of ways to do things. And I'm not saying this is the best way, but I usually do this. Kasi we are using Prisma easily, and Prisma is just for migration and generating the types and so on. So mostly we have this type. And then once we are creating a types for create user and blah 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 and so on, we normally do this. So we actually hindi namin iniisa-isa na tipong gagawa ka na naman. Well, this is fine na parang ikakopy mo lang to. That's fine, that's fine. But for me, having or using the type utilities in TypeScript, it's the best choice. Kasi andun na eh. Andun na yung mga kailangan mong gawin. You just really need to understand how the type utility in TypeScript works. Kasi once na maintindihan nyo na kung paano siya nag-work, kung paano yung mga actual na gamit niya, napakadali lang. I mean, hindi kayo mahihirapan sundin yung mga implementation na yan or paggamit ng mga utilities na yan. Okay. So ngayon, siguro sa last, no? Sa last na is bibigyan ko kayo ng idea naman sa function. So we're good on the variables, on the constants and so on. So the last thing na siguro gusto kong i-share sa inyo is the function. Sa function, there are a bunch of ways then. There's a bunch of there's a bunch of utility type na pwede nyo gamitin din sa function. There is awaited. Meron ding promise, meron ding return type, no? May mga ganyan. So meron ding ganyan. So siguro ang pinaka last na gusto kong pakita sa inyo, or maybe this is the last. Before tayo mag-go with function, let's go with the const types na tinatawag. So ano yung const types? So parang ang const type kasi is ayun yung parang kasi mayroong enum na tinatawag. So enum, 'di ba? Pwede kayong maglagay ng user type. So ito yung one way, no, na pwede nyo gawin for enums. So sa enums we have admin, yan yung most normally used, 'di ba? May mga ganyan, admin, user, blah blah blah. Admin user lang tayo. So sa enum, so pwede kayong mag-declare na okay, sa admin na to, ang value niya should be user types, which is yung enum. So meaning nito either user types admin or user type user. So pwede nyo, so ngayon etong admin na to, ang value niyan is admin equals ang value niyan is this actual string. Okay, yun yung pinaka-value niyan. So hindi to type or something. Etong enums is actual value. So yan yung ginagawa. So pwede kasing gawin nyo. So this is the first ideal scenario, no, ng paggawa ng mga enums. Pero what I normally do is yung cons. Okay? So what is the cons? Yung cons kasi is pwede siyang gawing types. So meaning etong object ko na to, pwede ko rin siyang gamitin na ganyan, 'di ba? Pero hindi ko siya pwedeng i-declare as types. So ngayon, etong user types na to, pwede ko yung gawing as cons. So ano yan, Boss Rod? Buray muna natin as cons. Mangyayari dito mga boss, nakikita nyo yung admin and user, string lang yung value niya, di ba? Pero pagka nilagyan ko ng as cons, yung user type, makikita nyo read only, and then makikita nyo yung actual value. So meaning, for example lang, ayan pagka hinover ko to, ang value niyan is admin. Pero pagka tinanggal ko yan, hinover ko yan, ang value niyan is string. So we don't know what kind of string. So ayun yung gamit ng cons. Ngayon, kung gusto niyo naman kunin yung type na to or gusto niyo maging union or something, no? So pwede kayong gumamit ng something like this. Type let's say user types keys. Say for example, user type keys. So may tinatawag na key op. Itong type of you can just imagine key op muna. Key op meaning kukunin mo lang yung keys nung type mo. Okay? So kung meron kayong let's say kung meron kayong user name string. Okay? So sabihin natin may name string ka. Pagka sinabi mong key op user, mangyayari niyan is magkakaroon ka na ng union or array. I mean, union values of these keys. So Itong types na to should be name or age. Okay, ganun yung value niyan, key op. Pagka sinabing key op user, kukunin niya lang yung mga keys. Okay? So ngayon, bakit ko ginagawa yung key op, type op? Yung type op naman meaning pagka gumawa ka kasi ng pagka gumawa ka ng tanggalin muna natin yung key op. Pagka gumawa ka ng ascons, ang mangyayari na diyan, pagka nag-type op ka, makita mo yung actual value. Okay, yung actual type. Makita mo yung actual type na to. So, ang actual type niya is may read-only na admin and then value of admin and user sa user. So, type op yon. So, pagka sinabi kong key op, okay? So, meaning, ito type na to, mga boss. Type na to. So, kung naguguluhan kayo, ang gusto kong sabihin, itong actual value na object, pwede nyo siyang i-transition into types. Okay? Hindi nyo na kailangan gumawa ng kung ano-anong klaseng types. You can just base on the actual value. That's the power of using ascons. Okay? So ngayon, pagka nagsabi ang ascons, key op, ano may kita nyo dito? May kita nyo dito, ito na yung types ko ngayon, mga boss. So, makukuha ko ngayon kung ano yung keys nung type na to. So, pagka nag-over ako, may kita nyo admin, naka-union yan ng user. Okay? So, ngayon, gusto ko naman makuha, boss Rod, yung value naman, user types, values. So, ang kailangan nyo lang gawin is type op. So, diba, type op. Ang type op is object na type. Okay? Object na type. And then, gusto nyo makuha yung value na to, diba? Gusto nyo makuha. So, ang pwede nyo gawin is i-use nyo yung key. Parang ginamit nyo lang. Parang in-access nyo lang yung object na yan. Pero, syempre, in a keys way. I mean, dynamic keys. So, ngayon, magiging value nyan is yung actual value na admin and then test. Okay? So, that's the idea. Okay? So, ayun yung idea. So, kung naguguluhan kayo sa part na to, kung naguguluhan kayo sa part na yan, you can just imagine na, let's say, for example, you have user equals string of banana or fruits na lang. Ito pa isang scenario kasi object yan. Ito yung pinakamagandang scenario, I think, no? Banana, apple, orange, ascons. Pagka in-over ko yan, it's read-only na array, di ba? So, ang pinakamagandang scenario, ito siguro. So, gusto kong makuha lahat ng types nitong lahat ng value nito. Gagawin ko siyang types. Ayoko kasing gumawa ng sabihin ko, type fruit. Sabihin ko, gagawa ko ng type na fruit. Okay, sabihin natin fruit value. Ayoko namang gumawa ng di ba, na parang banana, iisa-isahin ko na naman yan. Yan. Ayoko gumawa ng ganyan. So, paano ko mako-construct etong type na to or etong value na to into this format. So, ang pwede mong gawin is type of fruits number. Kasi ito array ito, 'di ba? 0, 1, 2, 3. So, we put number kasi dynamic. And then we put keys here kasi dynamic din. Which we can do something like this, 'di ba? Admin. Pwede natin sabihin 'yan. So, ang magiging value na lang nito is admin. Pwede natin sabihin tong user. Ang magiging value niyan is user. Pero pagka sinabi natin is dynamic keys, magiget niya lahat. Okay? So, dito naman pagka sinabi ko 0, okay, type of 0, banana lang makukuha ko dyan. Pagka sinabi kong type of 1, okay, apple lang makukuha ko dyan. Pero pagka sinabi kong number, which is dynamic, no, makukuha ko yung lahat ng value ng array na yun. That's the real power of ascons, no? So, pagka kinumbine nyo yan into object, basta lahat ng constant, and then nilagyan nyo ng ascons, you can start creating a types by those values or by those constants. So that's the real power of that's how you utilize it. Okay, so the last thing is function. So bilisan na lang natin kasi overtime na tayo. So function, let's just say for example generate user, something like that. So we have function generate user and then we return an object like name John, sabi natin name John 20, okay? So ngayon, this is inferred. We don't create any wala tayong nilagay na kahit anong type. So this is inferred. So meaning we let TypeScript to know ano yung value na i-return nito. So ngayon, meron tayong pagka over natin niya, makita natin is generate user, nagre-return siya, ayan, no, naka-explicit, no, nagre-return siya ng object na name and string and number. So, pagka ginawa ko to as const, what will happen? Makikita niya rin yung actual value na nire-return. Okay? So, yun. Okay. So, that's the first one. So, ngayon, ang gusto natin gawin is, for example, gusto ko ito yung generate, sabi natin, ito yung user natin, name string. Okay. So, pwede nyo gawin to. This is the explicit one. So, meaning, you enforce na kailangan ang i-return nito is name and string. Kasi pag ginawa ko dito is ano na natin yan. Pagka nilagay ko dito is gender. Naglagay ako male. Magkakaroon niya ng problema kasi wala naman akong gender dito. Okay? In-enforce nyo. Pero pagka inferred, like what I said, pagka inferred, magbe-base yun sa pinaka-value nyo. Okay? So ngayon ito, may kita niya na may value kang gender and so on. That's the difference between the explicit and implicit. So explicit, ini-enforce nyo. Kailangan stricto kayo. Okay? Pagka inferred, meaning it's value-based. Okay? Ganun siya. So ngayon, ganun lang, ayun lang gusto kong pakita, no? So, ang utility na gusto kong pakita sa inyo, for example, I have here, user generate user. Pagka nag-over ako dito, alam ko kung anong i-return niya, di ba? Alam ko kung anong i-return niya by just doing the infer. Okay? By just doing the infer. Pero, let's say, for example, gusto kong i-generate yung value nito. Okay? So, what I can do is something like this. So, return, sabi natin, generate user response. Sabi natin, response. So, ang pwede kong gawin is return type. Ito na yung sinasabi kong utility for the function naman. Return type of generate user. Kasi pagka ginawa ko is ganito lang, generate user, ang makikita dyan is function na nagre-return itong types na to. So ngayon, merong tinatawag naman na return type utility sa TypeScript na tipong ibig sabihin, kunin mo yung return value ng function na to. Which, if I hover here, makukuha ko na yung actual response user by just doing this. So normally ginagawa to pagka mga monorepo approach kayo na tipong you have the service level and then ginagamit mo na lang siya dun sa mga iba't ibang packages mo. So I think that's all for now. Or maybe this is the very last, no? So pwede kayong magkaroon dito ng mga what do you call this? Pwede kayong magkaroon ng mga parameters. Pero sa mga params nyo is just declare the types and it's the same thing. So just declare the types and then that's it. So you can use it all over of your function. And I think that's gonna be it. I don't want to make it more long. So I guess that's it. And thank you.